back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the last episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters. So Amy hired a couple of people to help organize her home, but there are bugs everywhere. There's literally a cockroach climbing up the wall as Amy was crying about finding a dead mouse in her cabinet while the home organizers were there. And Amy was getting really emotional because she felt like she had failed her son and she felt like a bad mom. And Chris and Tammy were on their way back home after they went to go see Dr. Smith, and they found out that Tammy had gained weight and she's now at 639 pounds. So Chris was getting on to Tammy like, why the hell are you gaining weight? And Tammy, like always, it's everyone else's fault but hers. And Tammy straight fell off the wagon. Tammy is farther away from her surgery than she ever has been before. And Tammy explained to the doctor that she has cheat days. And then she told Chris that Amy brings junk food into her house in the car on the way home from the doctor's appointment. And Amy must have got some itch or something that Chris and Tammy were talking about her. Because right after Tammy told Chris that Amy's the one bringing her the junk food, Amy happened to call Chris and asked how their doctor's appointment went, and Chris said Tammy gained weight and Amy was acting shocked, and Chris called out Amy and was like, don't act shocked because you're the one helping out on all those cheat days. And Amy said she's tired of being in the middle of all this. If Amy gives Tammy the food she wants, then Chris gets mad when Tammy gains weight. And if Tammy doesn't get the food she wants, then she gets mad at Amy. So Amy feels like she's screwed either way the cookie crumbles. And Amy said that's why she wants this nurse to take over her responsibilities so she isn't the one to blame when Tammy doesn't hold herself accountable. And Tammy pesters Amy until Amy brings her the food she wants. Amy can't take on the responsibility of Tammy. Tammy needs a health aide to watch over her, but even that you can have all these people helping you and telling you to do the right things, but you at the end of the day are the one that's holding yourself accountable. It's your life. Nobody else can do it for you. And until Tammy starts looking in the mirror and taking some accountability, we're not going to see any progress whatsoever with her. So Tammy was doing so well in the bariatric center because there she lost weight because she was on a controlled diet. And they made her exercise for an hour and a half every day. So she knows she's fully capable of doing exercise for that long. And now she's no longer focusing on any of that. She's all focused on this BBW king. Like I said in my last video, I really believe the only reason that Tammy left rehab early was so she could see her little boy toy Philip. And speaking of Philip, Tammy announced that she wants to travel to Las Vegas to go visit her boyfriend, the BBW king. And everyone's all concerned because Tammy can barely walk, but Tammy's convinced she's perfectly capable of traveling alone on a plane and going to see Philip, but she couldn't even walk from the car 10 steps to her wheelchair after she went to the pool. Tammy always talks about wanting a future, but she's not going to have any type of future. She keeps going down the road she's going. And you know this man ain't no good, because if he was really serious about her, then he would be concerned about their future like he claims and would want Tammy to be healthy, because she's not going to have more than 4 years if she keeps going down this road. But Tammy, she's a grown woman. She should be able to make the right choices for herself, and Amy can't mother her. Amy has her own baby. She has her own problems, and Amy was suffering from a bad back. She sprained it as they were cleaning up the house, and to make things worse, her husband Michael is also suffering from a bad back after pushing Tammy around everywhere on her wheelchair for the past 3 years. And the two of them can no longer push Tammy on their own, so Amy, Tammy, and Michael decided to go do a meet and greet at a local fair in their hometown. And it's a far walk from the car to where they're actually doing the meet and greet. And Michael's concerned that he may not be able to push Tammy all the way. So they had to borrow a motorized wheelchair from Tammy and Amy's mom. And unfortunately, Tammy didn't fit on the chair of the wheelchair. So Tammy was too big to fit on the vehicle that was supposed to help her, and Tammy went back to her manual wheelchair that required people pushing her around, and sadly, that was her brother-in-law, Michael. The poor man was huffing and puffing and out of breath as he tried to help Tammy. Man, I would like to see Tammy try to push around 639 pounds in a wheelchair so she knows how it feels. Then Tammy's wheels were coming off of her manual wheelchair under the pressure of her weight. If that ain't a reality check that it's time to lose weight, I don't know what is. So they all finally made it to the meet and greet and had a good turnout. They had way more fans show up at this one compared to all the ones they held in the past. And all the fans that showed up, they were extremely supportive and sweet. Tammy and Amy were both concerned that haters would show up and say mean things. And they ended up meeting with over 200 people, and they're all inspired by their weight loss journeys. And it was great for Tammy to see them because it reminded her that her journey isn't over. She still needs to lose weight and lose it consistently long enough to get the surgery, but Tammy is starting to have hope. So the next day, Tammy's home health aide convinced Tammy to take up swimming because Tammy wouldn't do no other exercising, and Amy has been getting on to the home health aide like, you need to get Tammy off your butt. And Tammy wouldn't even walk to the mailbox, so this is the next best thing the nurse can think of. And Tammy was actually excited to go to the pool. So Tammy and her nurse, they got into it as soon as they get to the pool because Tammy wouldn't even try to walk a few steps to attempt to help her nurse out so she didn't have to push her so far on her wheelchair. Her nurse kept saying, you can walk, come on, you're not even trying. And Tammy got mad and pulled an attitude. And finally the nurse caved in and pulled the wheelchair up to her. Tammy went in the pool and she didn't have to worry about the pressure on her legs. She seemed like she was enjoying herself. Her legs were weightless in the water, and she was actually better at floating than anything else, but Tammy wasn't doing the workout like all the other women in the pool. The other women were elderly, and they were doing exercises to keep in shape, and Tammy ignored all of that and just kind of floated around and did her own thing. But Tammy also demanded to be pushed in her wheelchair all the way to the car from the door of the place where they went to go swim in the pool, and she refused to take her aide's advice about at least attempting to walk from the curb to the car. Tammy wouldn't even attempt it, and so far Tammy realized that her aide was going to push her like no one else in the 2 days a week they have together. And now Tammy is having second thoughts about this whole home health aide. And she's like, she's about to get fired. So we'll see how long this home health aide works out with Tammy's attitude. I probably give it a month. This nurse seems strong-willed, and I don't see the nurse actually quitting, but Tammy's already over it and seems like she's going to fire this lady any day now. Tammy is really hard to deal with, and anyone is going to have back issues after pushing a 639-pound woman around all the time. Like, I personally don't think I would be able to do it. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.